Love and Marriage Huntsville star Kiki Jabbar's cause of death is now being confirmed by her autopsy report. Basketball Wives star Jennifer Williams' soon-to-be husband has been ordered to go to jail for 15 days, but will it disrupt her Paris wedding? Welcome back to the Kempire channel, your number one source for pop culture news and music, entertainment, reality TV, and so much more. As always, be sure to like this video, subscribe to the channel, and hit that notification bell so you never miss out on breaking news when we go live or when we upload. So before we get to the hot mess that is Jennifer Williams' life, let's talk about Keke Jabbar. Because as you know, we reported to you when we had the breaking news several weeks ago that Love and Marriage Huntsville star Keke Jabbar had passed away. There were a lot of mixed information, and I know there's been a lot of family drama playing out on social media. We don't get in between the family drama, and we also don't get into whether or not that this was something else. Originally, what was reported was that she died at home with her loved ones around her. Since then, we did a separate video telling you that apparently, maybe, possibly, it was carbon monoxide poisoning. Well, now the autopsy report is confirming that. According to TMZ, Keke Jabbar's cause of death has been revealed. They have learned that she died from carbon monoxide poisoning. TMZ has obtained the autopsy report from the Alabama medical examiner, and it shows that the reality star had 64% carboxyhemoglobin in her blood. Carboxyhemoglobin is what forms in red blood cells when carbon monoxide binds to hemoglobin, which sticks 200 times more tightly than oxygen. Normal levels are usually under 2% for non-smokers and under 5% for smokers, and Kiki's level of 64% was deadly. The toxicology report reveals that Keke also had oxycodone and oxymorphone in her system, but poisoning was the main culprit behind her death. So as you know, Keke Jabbar is famous for Love and Marriage Huntsville and her battle with her cousin Tisha Scott on the show. As you know, she died back in July, with her family saying in a statement that she died, quote, peacefully at home, surrounded in love. Besides her TV fame, Keke was also a writer, editor, author, and even professor. Keke was only 42 years old. We continue to send our prayers and condolences to the grieving family of Keke Jabbar, including her husband and her children. Speaking of reality TV related news, we have to talk about Basketball Wives Jennifer Williams. I know a lot of you have been asking me to talk about this story because it's been unfolding. You know, normally we don't even talk about Basketball Wives, but I have been following the story of Jennifer Williams and her alleged questionable new fiancé. All right, I'm not going to go into all of the nitty-gritty details of what's been playing out. There are plenty of other people covering the legality and the messy of this relationship. But I did find that this story very interesting because Jennifer, first of all, you were dating Tim Norman, who's now locked up for being a part of the situation the murder of his own nephew. So I thought 6 years later, you would have some maturity, some clarity. However, here you are in another messy situation with another messy man.
Hell no.
So recently, this man, her new fiance, Christian Gold, was sentenced to 15 days in jail for a probation violation. And honestly, these two dum-dums, I'm sorry, I have to say it, flew outside of the country. He's on probation. Flew outside of the country and did not inform his probation officer.
Shut up! That is so stupid.
Like, what are you thinking? You've been on probation for a while now. You should know better. All right. So they say Basketball Wives star Jennifer Williams' wedding plans are hitting a speed bump. Her fiancé, Christian Gold, is going to jail a week before he's supposed to go to the altar. Christian was taken into custody Friday morning in Georgia's DeKalb County Court for a probation violation. The judge sentenced Christian to 15 days behind bars, which must have been a major shock for Jennifer, who was also there because she was in court supporting her man, my man, my man. The judge showed some mercy, though, for the couple's marital plans. I don't know why they would, because if I was the judge, I'd be like, no. Like, you two, first of all, you're no better because you were part of the reason why he has this violation. So why should I allow you to go get married in Paris? Okay, I'm sorry. Maybe I'm a little cold. Okay. So the judge showed some mercy for the couple's marital plans. Christian's going to do 2 days in jail for now, and then he'll be temporarily released so that he can walk down the aisle in Paris. It's not like he's walking down the aisle. Like, who is the judge? I'm sorry. Jennifer must be relieved because outside court, she was mum about the judge's ruling. The wedding is set to go down September 14th in Paris, and right now it looks like that will be possible. The judge is allowing Christian to travel overseas for their nuptials, but afterward there won't be any honeymoon. He must return to DeKalb County to serve the 13 more days behind bars. TMZ says, talk about a ball and chain. You know what? Christian, for those that haven't been following the story, is on probation for, quote, false imprisonment charge, for which he served 30 months in jail and was released in early 2018. Okay, 6 years ago. And he was put on probation. But a couple of months ago, authorities, sidebar, I do know he also has a $250,000. I saw the clip too. I know you guys have been following this story. He also has $250,000 in restitution. I believe it's the amount because of this situation. All right. But he was put on probation. But a couple of months ago, authorities say that he traveled out of the country without permission from his probation officer. And I'm looking at the photo of them traveling. According to court docs, he and Jennifer went to Italy and Switzerland in July. And interestingly, it looks like the probation officer busted them based on their social media posts. Dumb and dumber. I'm sorry, y'all. I just have to call a thing, as Iyanla would say. First of all, I'm looking at you, Jennifer, as just as bad. Because you know he's on probation. You've been sharing this on Basketball Wives. You've been talking about it in interviews. So why just not last month, we're in September, in July, would you leave unless he told you, oh, it's all good. I spoke to my probation, unless he told you that, then that's another reason why you should not walk down the aisle with this man. Are you just so desperate to get married? Christian also failed to pay $12,500 in restitution to his victim, which he apparently settled up Friday during his court appearance. So he's also not paying his bills. Isn't he said he has companies? I saw the clip where he said that he didn't have a job, and then he said, "Oh no, but I have companies." I don't know what that means. I don't understand what that means, but okay. So right now he's behind bars. He'll be behind bars probably till who knows when. He's only serving 2 days, so he'll probably be out by Sunday. Okay, here TMZ going. Bottom line, for now he's behind bars instead of making rehearsal dinner plans. These TMZ reporters are so funny, guys. What do you think of that? I just feel like, Jennifer, at your big age, after all that you went through, you made it from under Tim Norman, who's now serving time for murder. You made it out of that situation and rewind time. Okay, hold on. Let's rewind time. Okay, let's rewind time. Just when you thought I was going to be done with it. Just when you thought I was done with this. I found an old article from 2018. Oh, wait a minute. So in 2018, she was dealing with the Tim Norman of it all. And he was getting out of, and her current beau was getting out of prison. Maybe they're meant for each other. So I just, I did a little digging just to kind of look back on Tim Norman and Jennifer Williams' relationship. So he filed a restraining order against her, Tim Norman, of all people, right? So our friends over at the Defender Network say this. Last month, we reported, this is back in January, y'all. Last month, we reported not only had Jennifer Williams and Tim Norman ended their relationship, they went out with a bang. Norman was granted a restraining order against Williams, and from that point on, it's been drama. The latest was that Williams spoke about not wanting to be tempted in exposing Norman's mess. They said today, back then, the former basketball wife, now current, Lord girl, caught up with TMZ outside of the courtroom where she proudly waived a temporary restraining order from an LA judge, ruling that Norman must remain at least 100 feet away from Williams at all times. I remember when this was happening. Guess what we got today, Williams asked the reporter. A temporary restraining order. I need it. He's crazy. Damn. So when TMZ asked her how she felt seeing Norman in court, she said, he's despicable to me. I do not want to even look at him. He's a sick person and he needs to get help. Which makes me think, when you think about Christian Gold's allegations and what he served prison for, like, the red flags are hitting you in the face, Jennifer. They're about to knock the colored contacts out.
Oh, you was getting smart.
She says, he just wants to harass me, embarrass me. I don't even put air in my tire, so slashing a tire is ridiculous. Williams said that there's more to come and she'll be back in court. She also added that Tim is a sick person who needs some help. I mean, look, she didn't lie there based off what he's serving in prison for now. While she celebrated today, Williams said that she's not finished and will be back in court seeking a permanent order in the future. Now she doesn't need one. Evelyn Lozada at the time testified on Williams' behalf and was with her outside of the courtroom, along with cameras from VH1. So don't be surprised if you see this on the new season of Basketball Wives, which I believe it was. Fine. I had to give you back. You know, we did a little bit of throwback as to, girl, you really missed out on a major situation. Now you've gotten yourself in another situation. Why? Because you want to get married? Because he is giving what to you? Look, I just hope he doesn't take you down with him. Guys, as always, I want to know your reaction to the update in regards to Keke Jabbar's cause of death, but also your thoughts and opinions on Jennifer Williams and her interesting new fiance that's currently in prison, but she's going to marry him in Paris because the judge allowed it. And then he has to go back, so no honeymoon, go back to prison to serve the remainder of his sentence. I know your family must be like... Anyways, guys, as always, be sure to like the video, subscribe to the channel, and hit that notification bell so you never miss out on breaking news when we go live or when we upload. Thanks for watching.
You bring the lighter, I got the fuse. You make a fire, I'll add the fuel. Follow my lead, just watch the shoes. Gotta turn the heat up.